Play your cards right. Improve your literacy. First of all, what do we mean by literacy? In a nutshell, literacy means knowledge and understanding of spelling, vocabulary, that is the meaning of words, and grammar, the ways of putting groups of words together to communicate with other people. Notice the word communicate. That's the purpose of language. Talking, listening, reading and writing. It's to express your views to other people and find out theirs. That's one reason why literacy is important, and here's another. If you have a good level of literacy, you can read and understand information about other subjects.
The way you speak is also important. If you speak slang, some people might not understand what you're saying. Maybe that's what you want sometimes. If you want to make your point of view clear, you should choose the right words and speak them clearly, like a newsreader on the television.
The girl in the Snoopy cartoon is asking, why is English such a difficult language to learn? And Snoopy is replying, it was invented by foreigners. He's only half right. The English language is indeed based on the German, Anglo-Saxon language of 1,000 years ago. Other words come from French, Danish, Greek and Latin. But as far as spelling is concerned, English is more difficult to learn compared to many languages, because a few centuries ago, people in this country began to say words in a different way, which meant that many words didn't sound like the way they were spelt. In this lesson, we'll concentrate on spelling. Let's start by naming the letters in the alphabet. Look at the Ace of Hearts and read the letters out loud.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
These are capital letters. Look at the Two of Hearts and read out the small letters.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Look at the letters again and listen to the sound that they usually make. A, B, K, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, A, V, W, X, Y, z. Notice that most letters sound like the start of their names, such as B and D, but some sound like the end of their names, such as F, L, M, N, S. The letters A, E, I, O and U are called vowels. In words, sometimes the vowels sound like this: A, E, I, O, A. Sometimes they sound like their names: A, E, I, O, U. The other letters are called consonants. Most of them have only one sound, but others have more than one sound. In a word, the letter C, if followed by the letters A, O or U, sounds like K. Look at the three of hearts. The sounds are Ka, Ko, Ka. If the letter C is followed by the letters E or I, it sounds like S. Look at the four of hearts. The sounds are Se, Si. In a word, the letter G, if followed by the letters A, O or U, sounds like G. Look at the five of hearts. The sounds are Ga, Go, Ga. If the letter G is followed by the letters E or I, it sometimes sounds like G. Look at the six of hearts. The sounds are Ge, Gi. But sometimes the letter G followed by E or I sounds like J. Look at the six of hearts again. Now the sounds are J, J. Don't worry, with practice you will get to know which sounds the letter G makes in various words. In a word, the letter H sometimes sounds like H, but sometimes it has no sound at all. With practice you will get to learn which sounds the letter H makes in various words. If a word starts with the letters K and N, the K is silent, so the sound is N. In the same way, if a word starts with the letters W and R, the W is silent, so the sound is R. The letter Q is always followed by the letter U. Together they make the sound Qu. When some letters are next to each other in words, they have a different sound. Look at the seven of hearts. The sounds are Ch, F, R, Sh, Th, W. When vowels are together in a word, they usually sound like the name of the vowel that comes first. Look at the eight of hearts. The sounds are A, E, 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 I, O, U, or sometimes U. If the letters E and I are together in a word, the I usually comes first. But after a C, the E comes first. Some people remember this by saying I before E, except after C. There are some combinations of vowels that do not follow this rule. Look at the 9 of hearts. The first two sounds are or and oi. Two letter O's together sometimes sounds like oo and sometimes u. The vowels O and U together are troublemakers because they can have several different sounds. With practice you will get to learn which sounds they make in various words. Now we'll use our knowledge of letter sounds to make some simple words. Look at the 10 of hearts. The words are b, a, t, bat, d, I, g, dig, f, ox, fox, j, e, t, jet, k, I, t, kit, l, I, p, lip, m, a, n, man, n, o, t, not, p, a, b, pub, qu, I, d, quid, r, a, g, rag, s, a, d, sad, v, e, t, vet, w, I, g, wig, y, e, t, yet, z, I, p, zip. Remember, sometimes two letters together have a different sound, and two vowels together usually sound like the name of the first one. Look at the Jack of hearts. The words are b, a, t, bait, ch, a, n, chain, d, u, Jew, f, e, s, t, feast, f, l, o, t, float, k, e, n, keen, p, I, pie, r, o, d, road, sh, e, p, sheep, w, e, t, wheat. These words are well behaved. They sound as they should do. Good work so far. The next phase is to look at more ways in which some combinations of letters change the sounds of words. Look at the Queen of Hearts. The first word is easy. B, I, t, bit. Adding an E at the end changes the I sound, so it sounds like it does when you say the letter I in the alphabet. So we get b, I, t, bite. This sound stays the same if we add an R to make biter. But if we stick a double T in the middle, the sound changes to the I sound again. So we get bitter. The single consonant plus vowel and the double consonant rules work for many words. Look at the King of Hearts. The words are plan, plain, plainer, planner, hop, hope, hopper, super, supper. Here's another rule that usually works. If a word is made up of one or two consonants and a single E at the end, the sound is like the name of the letter E. Look at the ace of clubs. The words are be, he, me, she, we. Some words have a vowel followed by the letter R. Look at the two of clubs. The words are jar, germ, fur, short, fur. Notice that the first fur sounds like the second fur, even though they're spelt differently. The first one is a type of tree, and the second is the hair that grows on animals. The letter Y at the start of a word sounds like y. If it is at the end of a word, the letter Y sounds like E. Look at the three of clubs. The words are yet, silly. Another rule that usually works, the letters I, G and H together in a word, sound like the name of the letter I. Look at the four of clubs. The words are bright, high, light, might, night, sigh, sight. You might see the letters T, I, O and N together at the end of a word. They make the sound shun. Look at the five of clubs. The words are action, mention, position, reception. The letter W can give trouble. When it is followed by the letter A, it sometimes sounds like it should, but sometimes it sounds like wa or war. If the letter W is followed by the letter H, it usually sounds like w, but it may sound like h. Look at the six of clubs. The words are waggle, wax, way, wall, water, waffle, what, when, where, why, who, whose. Notice also the way the letters L and E together at the end of words usually sound like ul rather than le. They sound as if the letter E wasn't there. So we say waggle and waffle rather than wagle and waffle. The letter O in some words sounds like ah. Look at the seven of clubs. The words are cover, honey, love, money. Look at the eight of clubs for more troublemakers. These are words in which the letters A followed by double L can have two different sounds. The words are shall, ball, balloon, mall, mallet.
In the English language, many words do not obey the rules. Some sound a little different from the way they are spelt, semi-ASBO-words, and some sound nothing like the way they are spelt, ASBO-words. If you see the letters G and H together in a word, you can expect trouble.
If there are two vowels in front of them, you're probably dealing with real ASBO words. Look at the 9 of clubs.
The words are caught and laugh. If you see the letters O, U, G and H together in a word, you have got to pick the right sound from 6 possibilities. Look at the Snoopy cartoon. He is saying, "I felt really rough and began to cough, so I bought some medicine." And the girl is replying, "Even though I told you to think it through." And look at the 10 of clubs. The word is thoroughly, thoroughly. For example, by now you're probably thoroughly fed up with trying to learn words that don't sound like they are spelt. The best way to deal with the problem is to practice using these words as much as possible. Look at the Jack of clubs and follow the words as we read them. We will start off reading the words separately.
The club must buy more players to build a better team. It would be great to have either another forward and another midfielder, or else 2 more forwards, so we don't have to move players out of their best positions. The loyal fans who come here for every match want to see some improvement. In Saturday's game, the team did what they were supposed to do. When you demand that your players give the best they can, who can ask for anything more? It was a pity Stania had to go off after his head injury. Luckily, it was only a cut over the eye. Many people thought the incident deserved a penalty. Also, Jalumli has sustained a tear in a knee ligament, so he'll be out for 3 weeks at least.
Now let's read it at normal speed. But if you want to hear the words read slowly again, go back to the start of this track.
The club must buy more players to build a better team. It would be great to have either another forward and another midfielder, or else 2 more forwards, so we don't have to move players out of their best positions. The loyal fans who come here for every match want to see some improvement. In Saturday's game, the team did what they were supposed to do. When you demand that your players give the best they can, who can ask for anything more? It was a pity Stanier had to go off after his head injury. Luckily, it was only a cut over the eye. Many people thought the incident deserved a penalty. Also, Jalumli has sustained a tear in a knee ligament, so he'll be out for 3 weeks at least.
Many of the words in this piece are semi-ASBO or ASBO words, because they don't sound exactly like the letters making them up. But don't give up. It's worth the effort to learn them. As we've said several times already, the best way to improve your literacy is practice, practice, practice. Read anything you can lay your hands on. Read it silently. Read it out loud to practice your diction. In other words, the way you speak. Also, practice writing too. It's a skill which will be useful to you. If you meet words that you don't know how to pronounce or don't understand, ask a tutor. You can find out the meaning of words in a dictionary. If you know the order of the letters in the alphabet, it's easy to find any word you want in the dictionary, because the words are arranged in alphabetical order, as in the extract shown here by the Queen of Clubs. Let's remind ourselves how useful literacy is. The ability to read is important, because you can then learn and understand information about other subjects and read interesting books. Writing is important too, when you need to send information to other people. Whether writing by hand or using a keyboard, it's important to spell words correctly. Look, the King of Clubs.
The word is necessary. But which of these spellings is correct?
It's the fourth one. Does it matter if you've got the spelling wrong? It shouldn't do, but sadly it does, because people judge others by their standards of literacy. So improve your literacy and your spelling, and you will improve the impression you make on other people. Keep practicing.